Follow the Bosphorus from the top to the bottom where it expands, and that peninsula on the left is the Golden Horn, surrounded on three sides by water, with the hilly location extremely defensible site, and even probably a better situation. Well, here we are on the ferry on the European side of the Golden Horn, getting ready to cross over to Asia. There's a theory in geography called environmental determinism, which suggests that the environment somehow determines human behavior. It's been fairly discredited, but there are still elements of it that hold true. For example, this place, this spot, as long as there were humans, will be a city because of its strategic location, its transportation infrastructure, and its a nice climate, Mediterranean biome. Who controls it and what they do with it is a matter of culture and human independent thought. However, there are going to be people living here as long as there are people. Then environmental determinism, the Harold and Margaret Sprout in the 50s developed something called environmental probabilism, which suggests that the environment provides constraints and enables human activity. The bigger the constraints, the harder the activities. You can grow bananas in Iceland, but you'd probably better off doing it in Africa. And here you'd grow Mediterranean crops, olives and figs and wine, as opposed to more temperate crops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 ferries in view. Ferries are very common in strategic choke points because what makes them strategic is that they're narrow and everybody has to go through them. Therefore, ferries are an economical means of travel from one side to the other. For example, I go back and forth for $1 here. One of the best bargains in Istanbul. Here's an oil tanker carrying Caspian Sea crude, just came through the Bosphorus. Well, it's an oil tanker probably because it's not carrying any cargo on its top. The oil's on the bottom there, which is typical. And this is a strategic transit way for much of the world's oil coming from Azerbaijan and the Caspian Sea. One of the hundreds of cargo ships going through the Bosphorus every day. all these houses and these swimmers and these kids playing along the Bosphorus create a geopolitical problem because the Turks don't want that environment spoiled, and the Russians want to send more ships through the Bosphorus. So they've cut a deal where they're going to use a southern pipeline delivery system between the Russians and the Turks, who are linked geographically.
Ki ona yanarım, sen benim gönlümde canım, yaralar açtın. Anlamadın ki ona yanarım, sen benim gönlümde canım, yaralar açtın. Unut demekle olmuyor, güneş doğ. Gerisiyim acının yandım, vurduyum haberi yok. Vay anam, vay anam.
Hagia Sophia, Istanbul, 2 August 2009. Dry season.